white nationalism.
He was just saying he wanted segregation. He wanted a race war.
The accused El Paso shooter posted his racist manifesto on 8chan.
It's a movement experts say is evolving, growing extremists online, where racists may inspire each other without ever even meeting.
We want to think about a online connection as a real connection, right? Part of what I want people to understand is that leaderless resistance, which is the mode of cell-style organizing that this movement uses, really depends on not having demonstrable connections between people, but nevertheless figuring out how to coordinate them in common purpose.
The Anti-Defamation League says extremist-related killings increased 35% from 2017 to 2018. The difference in that year compared to others, all were carried out by a right-wing extremist. The majority of those over the past decade were committed by white supremacists. Dr. Kathleen Ballou is a historian who recently wrote a book called Bring the War Home, the White Power Movement and Paramilitary America. She also testified Friday at a hearing on Capitol Hill.
It's really difficult to know the full story of what's going on now because traditionally this movement has worked both above ground in public-facing ways and underground in very secretive ways at the same time, and often populating both of those arenas with the same activists.
As she spoke, the Department of Homeland Security released a new plan to combat terrorism and targeted violence. In a statement, the acting secretary said while DHS is paying attention to foreign threats, it is also paying attention to enemies who incite violence in our nation's youth, disenfranchised and disaffected in order to attack their fellow citizens and fray at the seams of our diverse social fabric. The publication Mother Jones reported earlier this week, alt-right groups on the popular chat service Telegram are creating a list of Jewish people who are critical of white nationalism. Senator Richard Blumenthal is among the public figures, including activists and journalists, reportedly on the list. But some critics who dismiss these concerns, like Candace Owens, say the issue is overblown, intentionally distorted, she says, by Democrats. She also testified Friday.
White supremacy is real, just as racism is real, but neither of these ideologies are real in this room. They have become mechanisms for the left to continue to call these hearings and to distract from much bigger issues that are facing this country and which threaten minorities. Based on the hierarchy of what's impacting minority Americans, if I had to make a list of 100 things, white nationalism would not make the list.
Owen says the real issues for Black Americans are fatherless households, literacy rates, education, and abortion. The acting DHS head called white supremacist extremism one of the most potent ideologies driving acts of violence in the U.S.